Hi, I wanted to do a video on energy usage on the Tesla. So I'm going to do two commutes to work, one driving at a very basic speed, slower speed, trying to conserve energy, and a second commute driving a little faster, accelerating, and not worrying about energy usage, and see how they compare. Take care. I'm going to try to drive to work with a trip. So I'll put the destination in as work, and I will use the trip energy calculation. I'm going to drive slower this morning than normal, trying to not use as much power. And I'm curious, the next time I do this, driving faster, how much more power I'll use. So you can see instantaneous power on the dashboard. So as you press the power pedal and let it go, when you let it go, it regenerates if you're going fast enough. So I'm going to try to drive as efficiently as possible and see if I can lower my power usage. I believe over on the left I will also have my power usage displayed. So I'm driving on the slower side. Gonna let it regenerate and almost stop my car. Just tap the brake a little and then go, and I'm not going to accelerate fast. I'm going to accelerate on the slower side. Tomorrow, the next time I do this, I'll try to accelerate a little faster than normal. And I'll put it on cruise at the speed limit. Cruise control set to 35. So you can see I use some power just to get out of the neighborhood. And then this is probably going to shoot up because I'm using power to drive at 35 miles an hour. It's my drive to work, normal drive to work. I take the same path almost every day. It's about a 40 to 45 minute commute. Sometimes I can get it in 35 if traffic's not bad. Don't know how traffic's going to be today. So I've been using power because I've been cruising at 35. Now I'm going to hit my turn off cruise. My power generation is going to charge up the batteries a little bit. You can see that green line on the right. And then the car can almost bring you to a stop so that you don't waste any energy. And then I'm going to start up. Again, I'm going to start up on the slower side, a little slower than normal. Acceleration at startup. And again, set my cruise to the speed limit for the road. So we saw that dip there because I regenerated power, and it doesn't go green, I believe, until actually, I don't know. When it goes green, you can see a little green spot over here. Definitely regenerated a little power, but I guess not enough. Again, I'll let you see this visually. So I'm coming, and this is about where, right here, I can turn off cruise, and it will slow my car down. And I did it a little late, so I had to actually hit the brake a little bit harder than normal if I timed it just right. Again, starting up slowly. Set my cruise to the speed limit. Really dropped there. I guess it was regenerating fair amount of power. And then I just went down a hill, so that's probably why that tipped there. I go down another hill coming up, so I'm cresting a hill here, and we can look at the instantaneous power. So I'm using power to get up the hill. It's that yellow line bar going up. And as I start going downhill, you can see it's just able to either coast or actually regenerate power. That's the green marker. That's going to get even steeper coming up here, so we should see even more power generation taking place. There we go. I got somebody on my tail because I'm doing the speed limit. You can see here, real low drop. And we're going to get a further hill down, so we should see a good amount of regeneration here. And then when I click the bar here to turn off the cruise control, and that's when it regenerates a lot, giving you a good braking feel. And it can almost bring you to a dead stop. I just touch the brakes softly there to come to a full stop. And then if you tap the brake again, it sort of puts on, I have never talked about this, but when you press the brake to stop, and then if you let it go and press the brake a second time, it locks you into a dead stop. So if I press the brake now, it's going to let me float back, and then if I press it again, it holds me. So it's like a double tap control of the full solid braking, let's call it. It's not a parking brake, but it's a solid brake that won't let you roll. So I'm going to go up a hill this time, and you're going to see, oh, by the way, notice I had some green there because I came down that big hill. Now I'm going to be going up a hill. It starts right about here, and we should see a little bit more than normal power used to get up this hill. I don't have it on cruise, I'm driving by hand. You can see how it's needing the power to get up this hill. It's a pretty steep hill here. So of course, as you go up hills, you need to use more power. As you go down hills, you actually generate power. And even going up a hill, notice it went green there for a second as I slowed down to stop for the cars in front of me. So I touch the brake once. Oh, I guess I can touch the brake and hold it, and that will maybe lock the car in position. So we're starting up again. Need power, a fair amount of power just for dead stop. You can see that bar going up. You can see that pretty large increase from the green all the way up to get up that hill. And then a little bit more. Coasting here. Sorry about the sun glare, I'm noticing it on my screen. So on a fairly flat road, you can see my 5-mile average is 379. That's over 5 miles, which I think I may have executed already. Let me check my trip here. Almost 5 miles. The TRIPS, by the way, is going to try to calculate how much of your battery is going to be left at your destination. I don't find that too useful. I usually keep, if I'm going to have this displayed, the consumption to sort of see my average. The average is over here, and then this is how much range I have left. I really don't worry about range at all. Range anxiety. Car's plugged in and fully charged every time I get in the car in the morning. So I have, I think it charges 10% below max, which is about 192 miles every morning. And I rarely ever need, if at all, that much range for my daily commute or my daily activities, whatever it is. Even if I go to the shore, which is our vacation home, it's 100 miles to the shore, so I get there plenty of room. Okay, getting on a highway now, so we're probably going to be needing a lot more power. We'll watch our usage. I'm going to set my speed to the speed limit on this road. It's not 40, I think it is 55. The side road is 40 over there. I believe it's 55. We'll see a speed limit sign pretty soon, I think. There it is. So it's 55 on this highway here, which it recalculates when it sees it as it passes the highway. So we should see this line going up, driving at 55 miles an hour, wind resistance. Although, I'm on a flat road here, but I am going to be going down a pretty steep hill. So we're going to see it drop as we go down the hill, and then I have to go up another big hill at 55. So it's probably going to consume a lot of power getting back up that hill. It's already dropped a little because we're slightly going downhill now, very slightly, almost flat. But in about another mile, we're going to severely go downhill, maybe a half a mile. And we should see it drop probably a little lower than it's showing now. It dropped a fair amount, with even a slight, that was a very slight angle. Now we're even more downhill, and then as we go down this road further, it's going to go steeper and steeper. So we should see this consumption go way down, maybe past 0 watts per mile. So that's the average watt hours per mile, and that's why it doesn't show green until the average over a mile, I guess, is all negative. So we're going down a sort of semi-steep hill here. You can see my instantaneous is a little green. And that should drop. That's exactly what I thought it was going to drop. And now we have to go up a hill. So the power is going to start being used. You can see the instantaneous power going up. This is probably going to rocket up. Because it's a pretty steep hill here, relatively speaking. Now I usually drive 65 on this road because that's the normal traffic speed. There it's rocketing it up. So we'll see tomorrow, or next time I make my video, I'll be driving faster. It'll be interesting to see how much more watt hours per mile I use. Currently averaging 320 over 5 miles, which I think I've gone 5 miles so far. Okay, I'm getting on another highway, and once I get on this highway, I think I'll just suspend the video and then show you at the end when I get to work. So we are pulling in through a turnstile. Gonna let go of the cruise, generate some power to slow down to come through this toll booth, and then accelerate on the other side. Set my speed. I think this road is 70 miles an hour. And so I think what I'll do is I'll stay in the right lane and go like 65. And see how that does energy-wise. So this road is very flat, and I'm going to be on it for at least 20 minutes. Hopefully not too much traffic, and I'll let you see on the other side how it does. We're doing 65 on a highway, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I'm getting off the turnpike now. See my average over 5 miles. I was probably on the turnpike for at least 15 maybe, so let's see. Yeah, somewhere like that, maybe not quite 15. But it was on the lower side of usage at 65 miles an hour. Probably had a higher average for the local roads that I was traveling. Just dipped there because I came out of 65 down to a slower speed. And I have a few local roads to get through. I will show you when I get to work where we stand. So I made it to work. The last 5 miles of my trip I averaged 311 watt-hours per mile. And then the last 15, I averaged 254 watt-hours per mile, and my total trip was about 27 miles. So this 30-mile average of 285 watt-hours per mile is pretty close. The consumption, I have 56% left on a slow trip in. Now these are the real statistics. The top right number is the key number. I used 291 watt-hours per mile for the trip of 27 miles. Took me 48 minutes to get into work. We'll compare this to a faster drive in a minute. So here are the results of my experiment. For my 27-mile drive to work, I was able to get to work 6 minutes faster with the fast aggressive driving, but I ended up having to use 1.7 kilowatt hours of more energy. That translates to 3% of my 60 kilowatt battery in the car. The watt hours per mile were 66 greater because I was driving faster. And the battery miles that I had left, I had 7 miles left less in driving aggressively. The battery percentage left was 73 versus 76. And there was a slight temperature difference between my 2 days driving in, but I don't think that had too much difference. So clearly, driving aggressively will use up more energy, but not a substantial amount. I think the bottom line number there is it used 3% more of my battery just to drive aggressively to work for that 27 miles. Thanks for watching. You can check out my other Tesla videos in the upper right here. And here's a shout out to my son's channel, The Nerd Writer. Did a very nice video this week. Please don't forget to subscribe.